Yeah. Right. It is. The man is back from vacation, and the news is stacked up while he was gone. Nate Bryan, it is business buzz time.
If business is buzzing in town, Nate already knows it's Nate's Business Buzz.
Yeah, Nate's Business Buzz.
And it's a huge week. I am not thrilled that when I scheduled my vacation life, I'm excited about a grocery store. But last week, huge crowds. I think was told they had to shut down the gas just to have extra parking over there. It's a big building. I don't know if Phil's going to get it up. But there's a map. There is an aisle guide. I mean, this place is massive. It's like, it's just like Pound Drive or Dolphin Drive. No. Mm-mm. See the videos. I've seen the pictures. Eventually, I'll get in there. They had the Pringles man out there. They had Tony the Tiger. I guess they call him Croaky or Baggy. I don't know his name, but that would have been cool to see. I don't know. The Kroger mascot was there. They had all sorts of stuff. Huge politicians. There was a big speech. They did mention me. They did misspeak a little bit, but they praised me for blowing them up. But I think it's going to be huge, especially for people that live on that side of town. I mean, south. Scott, you're a Radcliffe guy, right?
Yep.
Will this be easier for you, or is the mall still easier?
We kind of do Walmart.
Yeah, we do Walmart pickup too. It's just we have a pickup like every Monday and Thursday or so, or Walmart delivery. But I think for people, especially that live out near Prather, Patriot Parkway, that this will cut down their drive to some of the Kroger and not have to deal with Dixie.
Yeah.
I wanted to say that I don't have the graphics for here, but there'll be, when this article gets published for your segment, it'll all be in there, and the edited version will have it. But before we get done with this, I still wanted to take a moment to let us shamefully brag out. So I'm going to play it.
To be their store manager. We stand alongside you stronger. I like to think he runs a
big partner for all they do too.
If Nate wasn't famous before, he is now.
Well, I just think it's cool to get the credit, and I wanted to make sure the credit got displayed publicly. So yeah. Anyway, you can get back to what you're talking about.
I just think it's going to help the other stores, which is what it's meant to do. Those stores are so old; they're both over 2 decades, I believe. They can't really expand anymore. They can't remodel anymore. They're limited on floor space or very limited on stock space. So this should free up some of the customer complaints that they have at the other 2 stores. I mean, it was the same thing whenever they opened up Chick-fil-A, what I call on my side of town, exit 94. It wasn't meant to be busier than the mall, which we know the mall was very, very busy, but it was meant to just help and alleviate. Like I've been told, there's no plans to close any of the other 2 Krogers down. I think they have a really good lease at the mall, and I think the mall one's going to get redone after this other Kroger gets going. So I think it's going to be huge. Speaking of other openings, ANU, Face, Mind, and Body. Their grand opening is this Thursday. It's a med spa, and there's another word I can't say. Integrated would be a better word for me. And here it comes again. Medicine
aesthetics.
God bless it. I hate that word. That mathematically just challenged me. Aesthetics practice, Amy Nunn, APRN. It's 230 Buford Lane. So it's that building that you can kind of see when you look at TSC. So it's up the hill on Buford Lane. Neil Atcher's already over there, and then Sweet Spot Donuts will be opening, I think, later this year. So Thursday's grand opening. I've posted about it on Facebook. They've got a sign, but go out there. I don't think I'll be able to go just because I'll have to go to work. We're going to talk about again Echelon. I know that word. Echelon Direct Care Aesthetics. Woohoo! Got it. Now open. Free first 50 DPC signups equals make you a founding member at a lifetime rate lock. $0 enrollment. There are member discounts. Phil's already covered this, but I think it shows that there's kind of a demand to have 2 different wellness clinics opening the same week. Obviously, we're a growing community, so I would expect to see more of these coming up. Mulberry Nutrition had its grand I don't know why it was closed, but their grand opening was yesterday. If you go by, if you're driving on Mulberry now, they do have, actually, the sign is now up on the actual road, as opposed to just the building itself. The sign is now there, and they are up. So that's all the grand openings this week. I think there's one. One of the gyms will be Iron Brigade. Their grand openings next week, so that's on the horizon. Getting to Hardin County businesses expanding their reach. It's a cute little shop, which was downtown on the square, and then moved over near Brown Pusey. It is adding a Louisville store at Oxmoor. So I don't shop in Louisville a whole lot, but I do know Oxmoor is, I would say, kind of high end. I'd say the rents there can't be cheap. I mean, it's got big Apple's there, so that should tell you Apple and Topgolf are there. That should tell you the type of clientele that they're dealing with. So they're adding a Louisville store there. Boundary Oak, which is Alpha on Prather, originally had an E-Town location, then they moved to Prather, which is their headquarters next to the Red Hill Cutlery. So they're over there. They've had Bardstown, which is huge. So that means they're right in the heart of the Bourbon District, the Bourbon Country Front Yard. I've got photos of them. And I know people in Glasgow are already excited. Crown Point, which has our fabulous theater in E-Town, they have bought the Glasgow Marquee Cinema. And they will rehabbing that one as Crown Point. I already saw somebody post, it's like, well, Campbellsville says so. How about you buy ours too? It's like, well, let's do one theater at a time, folks, and see how this goes. But Crown Point will be expanding its brand to Glasgow. And tonight, I will not be there. I wish I was, because there's some interesting things going on tonight. The Planning Commission meets the second and fourth Tuesday of the month. So they're meeting tonight. I have the agenda up on my Facebook page. Oh, Charlie's is on it, but that's all it says. It doesn't. There used to be in the past that they would give us the full rundown. You can get the agenda. You can get what it was. Now you have to public information or Freedom of Information Act. I will not be there. Whoever goes, I hope you scoop me. I will retweet you, refollow you, whatever it is. I went over there today, took a picture, talked to 2 workers. They said they were not told that they're closing or remodeling, but maybe they're just keeping that under wraps. I don't know. I've heard several rumors. But I know that I haven't seen too many O'Charlie's remodel in the last few years, or even built. So I don't know what's going on there. I mean, I've heard Chicken Salad Chick. I've heard Raising Cane's, but nothing's confirmed. They probably have more confirmed tonight. I think somebody said they do record those. So hopefully, when the minutes are updated or people go out tonight, please post it. Please share it. Tag us. Let me know. I will not be there. But let me know what's going on. Also, Ruby Tuesday. Drove by today, posted a picture. The last Ruby Tuesday in Kentucky was Elizabethtown, if people didn't know. It is now gone.
Wow.
It closed July 5th. I do not expect it to be a restaurant. Good sources tell me not going to happen, not going to be a restaurant. So I expect it to be a hotel. I expect it to be a Hilton hotel. But that's a huge lot. It goes way back. And that would have been the third empty restaurant in that area because you still have Shogun across the street. And you still have Hardee's on the other side. But I also hear that there's other things coming, so this could be. But that building's old. I mean, it's what 30. John, when did that open? I've been going to Ruby Tuesday for years. Or
John can't hear you right.
Brenton, I'm pretty sure it's been here the entire time you've been here.
Yeah, it's been. We've gone a couple times.
Ruby Tuesdays was there before I came here.
Yeah, so it's got to be at least 20 years, maybe 30.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up there.
I mean,
I don't know the exact year it opened.
I've stopped there. I remember stopping and eating there like when I was still coaching football in Marshall County before I moved up here, and that was like early 2000s. So I mean, it's been there a minute.
So I went out there today and they're closed. I got that. Just put that on my page.
Nate,
what's up?
John's got a bounce, so I figured we'd wave him out.
Peace out, John. Peace out. So Nate, one question: since you've been following this Kroger hype and everything for about a year, do you think it lived up to it on the opening day? And
the biggest complaint I heard was Boar's Head. I know people love that brand. It's brand. I mean, Brenton being a restaurant guy, I know it's a very popular name. I don't think they have it. I don't know what happened. I was told they were going to have it, and then somehow they pulled out. They do have the Murray's Cheese Shop that kind of takes up for that, so I don't know if that was part of it. But that was the biggest complaint. I've heard parking is a little bit wonky, but that happens every time you have to figure out a new spot. Obviously, the construction over there still isn't helping at all. I heard the roundabout really didn't do too bad, but a lot of people said that. Yeah. I went to the roundabout today over by Wawa, and it was fine.
Have you heard any compliments or what people
like?
Yeah,
I've heard several compliments. I've heard they said there's some wide aisles, so you're not running into people and having to go around. So there's a lot more choices of more cereal in the right spot, more milk, more brands, more options. They think it's laid out a little bit better. Obviously, we've learned over the last 20 years. And as I talked to Phil off camera, they're doing some sort of cart tracker where they're using AI and carts to manage to see where people are going. As we know, like granted, like you said, you do delivery or pickup. So do I. There's no shock that the bread is always close. They're not going to bury it in the back of the building. Why? Because you don't want to get smashed. There's no shock that you always keep the freezer section up front, because why? You don't want to go all the way back and that stuff start getting warm by the time you go walk around all the way around else. Usually you just grab it at the end. So that's the metrics of shopping and stuff like that. And they said that they will use this stuff that they're learning to move stuff around again if they need to. It's okay, we'll move this. If aisle 57 needs to be moved to aisle 23, that's what we'll do to make it easier for customers. Obviously, the faster you get out, the more happier you are, the better your food stays, the less it gets smashed. So I'm excited for it. And if we do lose one, we're back to 2 again. So at least we have a new one.
Yeah.
So people can say, oh, I can't see us having 2. Like, well, if we go back down to 2, we're like most communities our size with 2. So what's the big deal?
Yeah.
Right.
Not a big deal. But Nate, these 3 local businesses expanding to Louisville, Bardstown, and Glasgow in the same short amount of period of time. What does it say about Hardin County business right now when we're exporting?
I think it's
instead of just importing.
I mean, it's different because Vibe was able to reach out. Pappy's Tacos, I think, started in Radcliffe or another place before coming down to E-Town and was able to branch out. Crown Point does a good job. I mean, I don't like where the bathrooms are set up in that place, but other than that, I don't have too many complaints. I had that complaint when they built the thing.
It's pretty cool that the cute shop, little shop, is going to.
Yeah, they do a good job. I mean, they've been around for a while, but they were on the square for years. I think they like their new location. Obviously, they have more direct parking where they're at. They're still downtown. They're still part of the downtown community.
Oxmoor's just
few
a
little
pretty,
shops
spot.
they've had a shift in their business model. Like one of the things I know, like the move to Louisville is very beneficial to them because she's very prominent in the derby hat business, making hats and doing some customs, and those are some pretty high. They're very high ticket items. It's not uncommon for some people to spend $600, $700, $800 on a hat or a fascinator to go with that. Yeah, Scott, I know. I said the same thing when we were up there. There was Michelle and I were up in up by Grassa Gama. There's a really high-end boutique there, and we went in and looked, and like I saw some hats that were like $3,000, and I was like, I was completely taken back. But hey, I don't have a lot of class or a lot of taste, but there's some folks out there that do. And so I know that, and then also their screen printing, their embroidery, and some of those things are impact. They have made a little bit of a pivot, I think, a little way to more of those specialized services that are in more demand. Because the boutique business, retail, clothing, and that stuff right now, it's a pretty tough economy, and people are having to make some pivots and shifting and along those lines. I can talk about that all day with just some of the things that we're experiencing.
That's good information to know.
Oh, that was great because you're in that space. I mean, you're not just a restaurant guy. You're in that space, and especially with the way ordering has come up, being able to find stuff online, it's not like, okay, I was able to find a special person that I can use. That people can figure out who you're using and figure out that brand pretty quick and probably buy it cheaper or buy it faster.
Hey,
Yeah.
Good dog.
What about Mulberry Nutrition's grand opening? Reopening. What changed and what should folks?
I don't know. I haven't been to it. I just know that now at least they have a road sign up, but originally they didn't. So I don't know if they remodeled the interior. It might have been new owners, maybe, but don't. If I'm wrong, I apologize.
Yeah.
I don't know what changed. Like I don't even know really when they closed. Somebody told me they were closing and they're reopening again.
If anybody knows, let us know.
But it is. It's
Those
out near
people.
Etown High School. It's up there in that little shopping center that, or maybe about 3 businesses are in that building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's business buzz.
Well, Nate, good to have you back.